Hi everyone. We're looking for the sunny corner and the gym room and the room that is the hidden room in the house. And this is our gym room here. And it's very nice and it's very cozy in here. And the sun is shining and it was still raining last night. And that's why we are not outside. What are we having for breakfast this morning? We're having a nice sandwich, a toasted roll with lots of butter and jam. We love lots of butter. So we have a roll that has two pieces on. And we have, they say in Christmas, what to do, eat your lemons. And that season, that's this time of year in winter season, and lemons is nachos. We used to call it, I can't even get to the word. Nachos, nectarines. Oh, yesterday I couldn't find the word. Thank you. And another thing that we're enjoying is our light morning drink. And we're gonna have water and we're going to enjoy the day like this. It's sunny. This is our sunny room. And we are in a house and we want our quietness and we sit in this room. It's very lovely, it's very cozy, and it's very nice. How is baby this morning? Baby is fine. We woke up early this morning in our tummy years. When we woke up, baby was really AWOKH about it. And yeah, that's about where we are at with our breakfast. It's very light breakfast. Yes, we're gonna have probably the lunch. If our breakfast is so light, then we appreciate and enjoy an early lunch. Yeah, with that. We love this room. This is gonna be baby's room. We love it. It's a very nice room. It's a warm room. It's very kind. The window needs a little warmth, yeah. But other than that, in the window is going to need a little bit of warmth. Other than that, it's a very calm and kind room, and it's very warm in here and sunny window, and it's very nice. And we appreciate that. And we are not going to decorate early. We're gonna wait. Ribea is about all about the simple things in mind and what we can financially do at this point. So it will be very easy, very plain, very simple. And we remember many years ago when we first came to New Zealand with our firstborn, the whole New Zealand was giving us the most amazing baby shower, All the women of South Africa, yes, I always say there's never something like a party. All of them had a whole South African day and then they gave us an amazing baby shower with all the goodies and all the stuff. They all moved back to South Africa, most of them, and they're all in Australia. And it's a whole different journey that life took with all of them. But it was very amazing. Those years. Some of them stayed here and are very busy, somewhere working, somewhere in the north, so and very far. But other than that, they gave us the most amazing appreciation with our firstborn. And when women can always do that, it is amazing. Not to show off, but to really to really support one another, to really be there for one another. I always say women are all sisters. We are all family. And that the team did those years ago in 2005, was amazing. 2006, 2005, 2006 was amazing. They really did a good job. And Ribea Elise appreciated it a lot. It was very nicely done. So this is strawberry jam, and it's very nice. And the toasted sandwich is very, very nice. I would have enjoyed my wheat big with the toasted sandwich, but you don't want to have too much and then get nauseous about it. You don't want to overeat. So if I'm really now after this gonna feel that I want to have the wheat bix, then I'm probably gonna have one wheat bix with milk with it, or one wheat bix with it. And if I really do not want to have anything else, and I would not. I love the wheat of the wheat big, but I think it can swallow your tummy a lot. But it's very nice. I when you put milk into the wheat big and how the wheat big changes, I always take note of that. The wheat big is very firm breakfast. Kellogg's is a light breakfast for little children. Kids always prefer a firm breakfast meal. South Africa has got the maize mealie meal. That's firm breakfasts. Oats porridge, yes, it's firm also in the tummy. The firmness of that. The firmness of the food that we eat. Oats porridge, mealie meal, wheat bake. Those are the porridges that we grew up with, and the porridges that we prefer in the morning and that we prefer feeding the children. A firm porridge because almost like the baby porridge, right? When you feed a newborn baby a 3 months or 4 months porridge, right? The porridge is very firm and it's like a meal. The lighter porridges is almost like a snack for them, but it's like when they have something firm for breakfast with the lighter porridge, then that is also preferable for little children, for toddlers to feed them porridges like that. That is lighter, that is not so full on the tummy. If I would give the breakfast, I would give a firm porridge first, a wheat bix, and or maybe I would in between the days, right? Between the days of the week, in between they must have a firm porridge at least most of the time during the week, right? And on one day they can have the light porridge through the week. Our generation has become much interesting, very much interesting. Some of our discussions in live videos are very interesting. And sometimes it's like an interview room. And I always say, people will do, humanity will do anything to test one another. But another thing that we have learned with all of the amazing live streams that we have and opportunities that we have to share videos around the world is that it is educative. And it is sometimes that someone is going to want to run with it and going to want to monitor the team that was now like maybe being interviewed on the social media pages. And we really do it in the freeness of someone says, but it's in the freeness of how they do it. And someone else say, but someone goes to manipulate it and want to try to manage maybe the African national people and they sit with the videos and they go through the videos and they maybe want to manage the houses in a way that they want to manage the houses and want to have authority over our houses. And we say, but we do that because our education is very, very, very firm, and our education is very required and it's very protective. And we are in that if someone wants to manipulate the process, that is them. But where we find ourselves as African people and as black people in this world, we do that because that's who we are, and we do it in the plainest, most simplest of ways. Other people do it for their own interest and they find themselves doing it in a more professional way. And some people find themselves doing it only because someone else is maybe going to try and manipulate it and going to try and say, but look at the artness of these people's videos. And someone else is going to maybe say, but I've got something to learn from that. I do not care how odd the videos look or how the videos look in a way that is just, the everyday life about it. And someone else is going to say, but But when we look at who's going to manage the world, then some people are going to look at the videos and going to say, but these people won't be able to manage their countries or businesses. Let the European continue to manage the businesses in the countries. Because such are the discussions that's happening in our generation. And some of us are just going to say, you know what? Let's continue to just educate and represent where we are at because everyone learns from everyone any day. So it's no use for us arguing over the future of our children, peace, of our womb, of our babies, when baby are being birthed and the mommy needs to receive the care that she needs, and then it becomes a whole communication line in the world that someone is gonna want to manage someone else's house. And we sometimes have to learn to just go on with our day, you know. I'll check there. And the day that the discussion gets to that, then we deal with that. But wow, we are just enjoy every day. Someone is gonna come and try and manipulate someone else's day, but we need to just learn to enjoy every day the way that it is, you know. Stacey, very nice, yes. And we need to learn to not be difficult on ourselves. We grew up, yes, with those five things in life. Peanut butter and jam and butter sometimes. And sometimes there was nothing to put on the bread. It was real greasy and whatever. But we gotten so used to the peanut butter. So the baby gets used to also the foods that we feed it. The baby gets used to the environments about it. The nutrients we said yesterday is everything that you feed yourself, you know, is nutrients, the vitamins in it. The immune system, the body processes it in that way. And the human body responds to that. The human body responds to everything that you feed it. And if I don't talk, if my camera is not yesterday, the camera was not too loud, right? The human, our body's responds to everything that we feed it, right? The nutrients. It responds to everything that we do. And therefore, I say our nutrients is every nutritional meal that we eat. It's everything that we take in. It's how we reason. It changes something in the immune system, you know, and your immune system responds to what in Ribea Elise says that you also call a nutrient because the body responds to it. The body turns it into something totally different. And it's like food that you eat, you know. Therefore, our environments and how we treat one another as women, the exercises that we do sometimes, and the way that we sometimes allow ourselves to listen to ourselves is nutrients for our human bodies, you know, is nutrients for our it's for our immune system. It feeds our immune system. It feeds the human body it has us be well where we are at. You know what we feed ourselves on a daily basis. Because there's a lot happening in the universe, a lot that can address us. And with all of that, we have to educate ourselves, to look after ourselves, to nurture ourselves, to be kind to ourselves. If other people are not going to be there and going to give you the kind baby shower, then Ribea Elise learns to be kind in a season to herself, you know, to be all of that to herself. You can have all of that sometimes in one room, and you can have all of that with you and your attitude towards yourself as a person. And that is an amazing education that we have learned. My sister Antoinette takes very good care of herself, and she's very about self. and she's very firm with her education. There is not an education, but we all learn from how she reasons, right? And we learn from her on a daily basis. And she's very much about self care and about being kind to herself and about telling everyone else just wait quickly. And she focuses on being kind to her as a person. And I've learned that, and I've learned to respond to myself in that way also. I have learned to also adapt that is being kind to me as a person. Because someone else can come in and not be kind to you, and that should not, and should always say it shouldn't affect you if people are not kind to you as a person. You have the choice in life to decide to have that be your friend or to have that not be your friend in your season. But you hold on to that. That is the wellness of you as a person and not how someone else treats you. You know, she's always like people send a lot of messages on the phone and then she just leave the messages. And it's friends that she had years ago. And then I get excited. Then I say, Antoinette, there's somebody sending you a message. And Antoinette's like, no, then she leave the people on the phone and she leave it and she don't reply to them for days until she herself feels behind to reply. And she's just like that. And then I learned a lot about how to not have other people tell you that you are not fine a person because you require this or this or that. How to be fine with where you find yourself at in your education room and in your season and what how you respond to your season with where you are at. Yeah, and that's where we learn from the one the other. You tune into a social media page and you learn from someone else. Someone else tunes into a social media page and they learn from someone else again. And that is important. That we learn the one from the other. This room is very nice. We had our mentor session of purpose room in this room in 2022, and it was very nice. With our white blazer on, yes, the light is fine of this room because our camera light is not yet fine. Our cell phone light, the light is fine of this room, and the whole setup of the computer was very nice. Someone said they want to see how many rooms we've got. We're gonna take everyone through the house on a tour. We have about 3 bedrooms, yes. A washroom, a shower, and a bath. We have about the toilet area, and we have the washing machine room and the washing dryer room. The kitchen is not so spacious, but it could have been. But it's tiny. It's nice for people that's not so, into the kitchen itself. But it's not too spacious, but the living room area is nice and spacious. The sun is very, very nice. It's very nice. We're gonna probably have afternoon lunch outside. It feels very nice. And who enjoys the quietness more? who enjoys the quietness more than more than more than anything, you know. Some people are very quiet people, and some people love the early morning tweets of the birds. And I'm one of those people. I can be loud sometimes, but I love my quietness. And maybe I'm only loud sometimes because I don't like other people stealing my quietness. I don't like other people explaining me as something totally different. I do not care, I do not mind. Because we always say that anyone can do everything in the world and that we exist from a presence that can do any all the things that other people are doing. And sometimes we are not selfish when I only want to enjoy my quiet time. Then I'm not selfish because I don't want to now do all of the other things that other people are doing. It is just sometimes a season that you find yourself in as a human being, and especially women in general. We find ourselves in different seasons, and I always say you don't have to prove yourself to other people. And when it comes to nurturing yourself and being kind with yourself in your season, then you're gonna have to be learn to be kind to your season that you have. And my season is currently a calm season. And I came to New Zealand and we got the opportunity to come here again. And New Zealand is a very calm and kind country in general. It's a very calm country. And when we came to New Zealand, I came not realizing that I would actually want to appreciate the calmness of it. And when people came to grace me with all of the accusations, and when they graced my household, and the pastor said, but Rabia, every time you get phone calls about your brother being endangered, what is happening? And I didn't realize when the pastor told me that. I thought about it afterwards when I came back. And I thought, but the pastor is asking me an interesting question because I'm in the calmness of Auckland and I'm getting the whole time disturbances calls about my family. And the pastor was like, but that sounds a little bit not fine because you are in church, you are not even an aggressive person, and you get this calls the whole time about it. And then I started to realize, and then I saw all the things that is happening around and relating to my name. And that's why I stepped away from the churchness of New Zealandness and of all the communications that might have been wrong, because it looks like people send messages about other people around the world the whole time. And I stepped away from the church in New Zealand because the South African pastor said it is not really not feeling fine, and it's really you getting phone calls the whole time about your brothers. And I was like, yo, and then I came back after 2020. I came back to New Zealand 2021 after the year that I was in South Africa with visa problems and passport traveling problems. When I got back to New Zealand, I was like really going on social media to check out who is busy with my name and what is happening in this world. And then I saw all the things that was happening. And then I went on with my business and I went on with what I was doing. And I really learned that sometimes people really come to aggress you. And you really sometimes do not have to prove yourself to someone else. They sometimes come to steal your calmness. And I really did not have to explain my journey to anyone because most of South African people that said a lot of information about me know me as a person. I grew up in South Africa and it was not like you lived there and there and there. No, I was between two places in South Africa, and that's Paul community in Kelsey, and that's where I've been all my years. And it's not scientific knowledge who Ribea is as a person and where she was at, you know. And there was Google and kills Robert every day. The Googling cameras was in the hotel, and the Googling cameras was always there, you know. And when I was a bartender working there and staying there, that's where I've been. So for me to learn that the whole world is, you know, shouting and aggressing me was a bit odd to me. And I had to really find out what is happening in this world. And I learned that different things are happening. People in the world are making treaties against one another. Some households are making treaties to harm other households. And our household find ourselves in the household that was not in the treaty with other households. And the world are being menaced like that. And I said, that's not fine. Honestly, I learned it in a very, very interesting way. about the households of 80 years old and the household mamas of 60 years old and the treaties in the world about it. And I found out about it, all the way, and I was angry. And I said, y'all don't come and mess with my life about it. It's interesting. They put you in poverty. They put your household under a certain bracket in the world and in the country. In the country, we managed in that way. And they put certain mamas in South Africa in poverty, and they address certain mamas with the children's not having a job. It's a whole process that they manage in the world. And Ribea says, that process, not in my life and not in my day. We are free world, and we appreciate that. That's actually what we wanted to say with our morning breakfast, everyone. We're gonna now have water with this, and then we're gonna tune in later today with our lunchtime discussion. Have an amazing day further, an amazing morning further.